how to structure your life and your time and how you get things done. So let me start with a proper introduction. I'm Connie Jo Holmes. I'm the founder of BU2BFULL Hypnosis and Coaching, and my mission with my company is to teach individuals how to confidently and courageously move from reacting to life to owning your life. And to me, I cannot think of a better way to own your life than to own your days. And when you can think about structuring your life similar to a Thanksgiving dinner preparation, that is a great way to own your days. And when you own your days, you can own your life. So, all right. So whether you have been the person who has made an entire Thanksgiving meal or you have attended a Thanksgiving dinner, I believe you can still relate to this analogy. So, speaking very traditionally here, most Thanksgiving dinners have, the turkey, mashed potatoes and gravy, yams or sweet potatoes, the green bean casserole, some salads, whether they're green salads or jello salads or both, rolls, drinks, and then desserts, and usually quite a variety of desserts. So, it's quite the spread. And so when you really think about preparing a big meal like this, that everything needs to be ready at the same time, how do you go about it? And whether it is your first time doing a Thanksgiving dinner or your 100th time doing a Thanksgiving dinner, more than likely you are going to start with writing out every single thing that is on that menu for that day, because you don't want to run the risk of forgetting something. So after you make the list of every single thing that you're going to make, you would look at this and you would think, all right, what can I do way ahead of the game so that I'm not super stressed out the next day? More than likely, you're going to look at that and say, oh, the desserts. I can, easily start making these pies and all these different desserts, the morning before or the afternoon before, because that's not going to hurt anything. So what you're doing right there is looking at everything that needs to get done and saying, what can I do now to get it off my plate, so that it's just done and it's ready for tomorrow? So that's what you're doing. So think about your life in terms of me using this analogy too. So then when you wake up that next morning, and then there also might be some salads that you can make the night before too, especially if it's a jello salad, let it really chill overnight. So you're going to do things like that. But then the next morning, what you're going to do is probably the very first thing you're going to do is prepare that turkey and get that thing in the oven, because it takes hours to make a turkey. So once it's done, you stick it in the oven and you just literally let it cook. And while that's cooking, then you come back to all the other things that you can do while that turkey is cooking. Okay? I know that this is probably sounding very obvious, but the reason why I bring this up is because when I used to work in corporate America and I supervised several people, when we would be talking about a project, a big project that we had to do, I would always encourage people to think about it from the position of that Thanksgiving dinner. What can you do with this project, or whatever goals you have in your life? What can you do with this project way in advance, such as making these desserts, so that it's done and it's off your plate and it's sitting there waiting for you when you're ready? Then, on this project or whatever goals you have in your life, what is that turkey that you can, take some time right now, prepare it and get it in that oven and let it cook? What are those things on your goal list or a project that you're working on that is that turkey? And then while that turkey is cooking, what are all of the different sides that you're preparing and that you're, really focusing on until it's time to eat that meal? So I know that this might seem a little bit goofy, but like I said, I used to use it all the time in corporate America, and it really resonated with people. People could understand that analogy. And so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to share that with you, whether it's something that you do in your work world or what you're doing with your personal life. But what in your life can you view similar to that turkey dinner? What are the things that you can get done ahead of time and let it just sit there until you're ready? What kind of things can you orchestrate in time so that everything is cooking and moving along together at the same time, so that it all can come together at the right time and as a collective bunch? So, all right. I hope that was helpful. Please, if you're in the business world, use this because it's really, really effective. But also, I challenge you, just look into your life and see what kind of things you can come at from this perspective. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. If so, if you found value in it in any way, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so very much. All right. Bye.